hello, and welcome to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this ragtag group of heroes and adventurers.
Hi everybody, I'm Claire. I'm playing Mira, who's a Dragonborn Sorcerer, half red dragon, half silver dragon. Originally was a bit of a politician, and now has joined the adventuring life, probably to a greater extent than she ever expected.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Lockie, a Warforged Artificer. Originally was part of a flying castle, but I've since left and resumed an adventure with my now friends.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Jared, and I play the character of Jin. He is a level 6 Law Bard and a level 2 Hexblade Warlock. I'm currently an associate and ally of the Tempest Guild, and I'm helping them in their goal of stopping the Queen of Dragons, Tiamat.
Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Shana, the Moon Druid, who has previously been stuck in a gemstone for the past 600 years, but has since escaped.
Hi guys, I'm Matt, playing Yervith, the sneaky Wood Elf Ranger and Rogue, who, after a tragic incident in the jungle with his previous expedition, has now joined up with this lovely ragtag group of adventurers and is looking to see what happens next.
Hello! I gave them no warning once again because it's my favourite thing to do is to not give them any warning when we're coming across. Hello, everybody. Give them all a wave.
Hello!
How are we doing, guys? Welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons stream, Tyranny of Dragons. We've got almost everybody here with us tonight. We've got almost everybody here tonight. We are just missing Jared, who is he's chosen financial gain over joining us here tonight. He was offered some chance to get some overtime. Fucking
sold out.
Yeah, sold out.
Well.
I don't want to call
anyone to pay rent.
Yeah. Is there a word for someone who compromises on their morals for money? No, I can't think of one. I'll come up with a word for that. There's people who like sell their bodies for money, people who like do work for money. But people who compromise on their morals for money, I don't think there's a specific word for that yet, apart from sellout, which Michael did mutter. So I'm going to invent a fantasy term to describe someone who compromises their morals for money. No, we're completely kidding, Jared. I hope you had a good long overwork shift and you just had a really tough time. He will be joining us back again next Wednesday. There was a bit of a chance that we might be switching our days. I had posted something on Twitter. Please disregard. We are just going to be going with our normal Wednesday next week, and I will be deleting said Twitter. How's everyone been going? How have we all been traveling? Claire, Michael, you look like you're in a new space. I haven't seen that wall before.
Again, yes, but this is the perma wall. We are finally settled down somewhere.
Perma wall?
We've settled in place. Whether this is the perma wall is different, but
yeah, right. Are you going to knock down some walls, Michael?
No, we're just going to maybe move room for the streaming purposes.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes more sense. It's a lot simpler than knocking down a wall. Now I feel
that was extremely dramatic, Owen. Like, good enough wall now? Like,
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe like purchasing a house is maybe a bit gung ho with like knocking shit down. I don't know.
Yeah, you got new car.
Don't do that.
I've discovered that like our shower head's not great, so I tore it off the wall the other day and installed a new one. And then like the washing machine, not the washing machine, the dishwasher wasn't getting up to temperature, so I was just like tear this shit apart, and I literally tore it out of the wall. Bought a new one and put it in. I've gone a bit crazy. Yeah. I'm the basilisk in like the second Harry Potter. Rip, tear, devour. Yeah. So that's been really fun. Thank you everybody who joined me for the Pokemon Legends Arceus stream on Saturday. We had an absolute blast. That was so much fun. Thank you to Ali who transferred me to Pokemon. No thank you for nicknaming them Peanut and Butter. I was going to do a serious playthrough.
Change them!
And now I can't change the names, and now I have to name my third starter, because it's a group of 3, into Jelly, because otherwise she's ruined me. There's no winning for me here, so I haven't changed it yet, but I'm going to have to at some point, I assume.
Incredible.
And there's no Pokemon breeding. Oh, yeah, go.
No. I was just gonna say, I also really want to know who the sharp-eyed viewer is that figured out what our trading code was and tried to snipe the Pokemon from Owen. That was amazing.
One viewer, one of you sneaky little shits, overheard me say the link code out loud. I'm gonna find you. One of those sneaky little shits found out the link code or overheard me muttering it under my breath and got in before I could and almost got a Cyndaquil for free. Like, almost. Wow. It's only because Ali Porsche is like, oh, did you change your name? I was like, no. So I want to say, GG, well done, well played, but you're going to have to get up a little bit earlier in the morning to get, and not that much earlier, actually. Like, you almost got us. It was very close. You almost had us. Also, thank you, Ali, for trading me a level 60 Umbreon called Varus.
Nice.
Very nice. I can't use him yet because he's level 60. But one day
he won't listen to you.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to me, which is probably a bit more accurate for Varus.
That's actually, I was gonna say, it's very accurate.
It's in character for Varus. Someone in chat said I bet it was Archie. It wasn't Archie. It was. What do you remember the name? It was like Jet or something.
Ray.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Like the way my brain remembered that. Jet Ray. Clearly, like those are correlated.
Thing is Ben 10.
Yeah. Oh, is that a thing in Ben 10? Jet Ray.
Jet Ray.
Sounds like it could be. Let us know in the comments if you watch Ben 10. I vaguely know what Ben 10 is, but I believe that is the thing from Ben 10. It sounds like Jet Ray.
I've watched an excessive amount of Ben 10, but only the original series.
Oh, is it actually a thing from? Is it actually a thing from Ben 10? Is that a real thing?
It's actually a thing from Ben 10.
Oh shit! It's actually from Ben 10. I thought you were joking.
Oh wow!
Just assuming.
No. And like the voice that you did was actually very similar to the voice that the character does. So I was like, oh, you must be making a Ben 10 reference.
No, I've never actually seen any Ben 10s. I know about it from like meme culture, but I've never actually seen any. So that's crazy. Clearly, there's like some part of the human brain when it hears the word Jet Ray goes to that voice. It's just like Jet Ray. I think the voice I was doing is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original like 1990s animation. I think that's what I was going to, but that's hilarious that it's Ben 10. Let us know if any of the Critical Role voice actors voice that, because I know some of them, like Travis voices stuff in Ben 10, doesn't he? Travis,
does he?
Pretty sure he does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, what is this? I'm not clicking on this. It looks like a virus.
It's probably a virus.
So thank you so much for joining me for Pokemon Legends Arceus. I will indeed be playing more of that this coming Saturday. I have been doing some grinding in the background, and I've actually leveled myself up to 4th star without progressing in the story at all. I have done 0 extra story. I have just been filling out the Pokedex like David Attenborough would do, playing it as David Attenborough.
Hello, here we have a Bidoof. As we take a closer look at this little fellow.
So that's been lots of fun. So jump back in and I'll evolve all these Pokemon up and do some of the story. We've got Avatar Legends tomorrow night, so make sure you come and join us for that. We've been absolutely having a blast in that. Last session, last Thursday, was a pretty hectic session. We had one of our players make a wish of a spirit, which has actually come true. That wish was to undo something in the past, which has resulted in reality rewriting itself somewhat. So very interested to see what the consequence of that is. Someone who had died in the previous timeline has now been restored to life. So curious to see what effects that's going to have on the story.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so that was pretty intense. The character's fathers, who's also the Fire Nation ambassador, advocating for peace, had been killed in the second session, and he is now alive again. So we've seeing the consequences of that.
Very cool.
But tonight we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. So let's
Dungeons and Dragons.
Correct pronunciation.
That's right. Accurate.
Right, so I better do a quick recap and then we'll jump into the story. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a group of mercenaries, explorers, and adventurers, has been working to thwart the machinations of a group known as the Homebrew. This cult has been amassing power, wealth, and knowledge in an attempt to perform a ritual which will bring a dark draconic god, Tiamat, back into the world. Our story has been following the escapades of some of the members of this group, Mira, Jin, Lockie, Yervith, and Shana, who are now journeying further north to try and track down an ancient artifact used to summon dragons to the Orders. Having learned many dark secrets during their time in the party have managed to capture Varum, one of the leaders of the cult, who sadly seems to have lost his master power and his mind. Our heroes were in the town of Drifthaven, a large city built out of rafts and platforms floating on the surface of the Arctic seas. After spending some time with the locals, the group learned that the cult did indeed pass through, attacking the town and raiding for supplies before heading further north, into the vast expanse of ever-shifting sea ice. Pause there really quickly. Is my mic okay, or is it being a bit weird?
Drifting.
It's drifting in and out. I think it's distance related.
Alright, how's that now? Infinitely better?
Yeah, it's good when you're closer, but when you go away, it's just
yeah,
nothing.
I want to move around. Well, I've just turned the noise gate off, so let's just see how that goes. How's that now?
That's better.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, let's just leave the noise gate off. That's right. I'll just edit this out. Oh god, that's the wrong button. Just blinded myself with my own light. Oh, amazing. Yeah, that's right. I'll edit this out. So I'll just do a little hand wave to edit this out for the podcast and the YouTubes. Knowing that the cult had abandoned a boat that had been sunk by the townspeople sometime in the past few days, the group have set out to locate it for clues. However, before they could depart, an old enemy-turned-ally, Langdodrosa, arrived to inform the group that Mira and Lockie were needed back in Oxenfurt for urgent business. Help had arrived for the group, however. Langdodrosa had brought 2 new guild members, KC, a Warforged cleric, and Baldur, a Goliath barbarian, to come and assist the group in Mira and Lockie's absence. Arriving at the sunken ship, the group swam down to investigate and found an enormous white moray eel had made its home amongst the wreck. An attempt by Shana to try and drive it away with Major Image backfired spectacularly when the illusionary shark drove the eel out of the only exit, which was also towards the party. After a brief scuffle, the party emerged victorious, the body of the eel motionless on the seafloor and the wreck of the ship open and inviting. Inside, the party were able to salvage a series of maps and charts, as well as some advice, pointing out areas where potentially danger could be found in a network of ice caverns. More importantly, however, they found that the easiest way to get through to the Horn and locate the Horn of Dragons was actually through a series of tunnels leading down through a larger iceberg, which then emerged back up on the other side in a section, a caldera almost, of ice that formed a sheer cliff face on all sides. While the party had gone back to the boat and were attempting to sort of figure out their best strategy heading forwards, Mira and Lockie spent a bit of time in Oxenfurt with Otalia Karnos, otherwise known as Elia, a silver dragon who had been Mira's mentor for a number of years, and Professor Griswold, a gnome artificer who spent some time inside of Lockie and upgraded him and unlocked his true potential by being sort of up inside his gears and changing around some cogs and things like that. While Mira learnt some rather disturbing news. The amulet that she was wearing around her neck, the amulet that she'd found deep within the Nunya jungle, was in fact an artifact once belonging to Tiamat. The full repercussions of this have yet to be found out. Arriving back with the party, the group headed across the ice fields and encountered a frozen body beneath the ice. While Shana lagged a little bit behind, the rest of the group sort of carried on towards the entrance of the ice tunnels, deciding not to fuck with said body in the ice. Shana, however, decided to fuck with said body in the ice, melting it and allowing this creature to emerge, who revealed herself pretty quickly once being introduced to the main group as a sea hag, known as the Sea Mother or the Ocean Mother. A fight broke out, the party were victorious despite some close scrapes, and were able to capture 2 of the Sahugan, which had been taken back and locked inside the brig. Deciding to take a bit of a tea break before trying to tackle the frigid cold of the ice tunnels, the group had a bit of a conversation, which ultimately culminated in Mira having a bit of a moment, almost a panic attack, I think would be an accurate description. Hey, Claire? Yeah, a bit of a panic attack.
That was the one we're representing, yeah.
Storming out of the undercroft of the ship and heading up towards the top deck, and when she attempted to use her magic, her ice magic, unfortunately fire magic was summoned instead. Lockie went to go comfort and talk to her, and the 2 were able to kind of talk through some of Mira's concerns and I think alleviate some of the anxieties Mira was having before heading back downstairs.
Didn't kill me.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sneaky boy Yervith, however, decided to eavesdrop on this conversation and caught some interesting tidbits of information. While Sneaky boy Yervith was doing this, however, Shana and Jin discovered they had more in common than they first thought. Their Warlock patron was in fact the same individual. The Dreaming Dark and Varus was the same person. An ancient entity which now resides in the Shadowfell that had been partially responsible for the destruction of Shana's original realm. The interesting tidbit, I think the most interesting, was that it was more Shana's fault than Varys's, and in fact the actual destruction had been wrought by an entity known as Hadar, the Dark Hunger. The first time I think Shana has heard that particular entity referred to. Definitely the first time Jin has heard about this entity. For the players, however, they're not the first time they've heard about Hadar, the Dark Hunger. And there was a very nice moment where everyone went, oh shit, which I quite enjoyed those moments when players go, no! Don't just type in "fu" in chat. That's it exactly. We left off last session with Varys kind of talking his way back into Jin's and Shana's good books a little bit. The conversation, he was very convincing and pointed out some interesting facts and figures and opinions that kind of swayed both of them more towards his side than they had been previously. And as the rest of the party emerged from the top of the stairs, Varys melted back into the shadows, unfortunately taking Mira's favourite teacup with him. She's allergic to that news. Yeah, look, she's sneezing. Absolutely allergic to that news.
It's just tears streaming down my face.
And there's no teacup to catch it now, so what are you going to do with it? And we ended last session with the party having a short rest, taking a bit of time to gather their thoughts, come to terms with the news and the information they've learnt before deciding to head out. I'm going to chuck it back over to you guys in a second, but I'll quickly do some things with Jin. Jin, as he takes his short rest, looks very distracted. Something seems to be weighing on his mind. Anyone who's got a passive insight, a passive wisdom of more than 10 can see that Jin is really thinking over something. There's something he's mulling over in his mind that he can't quite figure out. And towards the end of the short rest, he stands up and goes, I think I might take a brief moment in my room, if that's okay. I need a moment to think. And with that, he walks over to his room, opens the door, steps inside, closes it. After a few seconds, the door opens again, he leans out and goes, I'll catch you up. Nods, shuts the door once more.
Okay. Sounds good.
Have a good sleep. He's going to sleep, right?
I don't assume so.
Have fun.
So he say rather creepily as he shuts his bedroom door.
Owen. Yep. Is he okay? Did something? I mean, I thought I'd apologized. I thought I'd.
Oh, nothing to do with the previous conversation or topic thereof. Something to do with more magical side of stuff and a disagreement and difference of opinions.
With me or with you? Who?
No, with me.
Oh.
It's a long story and not a fun one.
Okay.
He'll be fine. He'll catch up once he gets over it, I guess.
I just side-eye Yervith. I'm like. Okay.
I like you kind of shrug. I'm just like, I guess.
None of my business.
Okay, none of mine.
So, we gonna go to those caves, or what's the plan?
I mean, I think we probably should. We have 2 people locked up in our brig at the moment. One of them is expecting to leave pretty soon, so.
Yes, we need to do something. We need to get some action, at least.
Yes.
At least scout it out if Jin's not with us, maybe.
Yes, we probably shouldn't delve too deep. We can't be one man short if we get trapped down there. We need all the men we can get. So, just a quick scouting mission into the cave, see what's there, see what we can uncover. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we'll leave a trail so that he can find us. Just some marks on the wall or something.
Oh yes, no, I'm sure I can think of something. Shall we prepare our things and head off?
I think I'm pretty ready to go, actually. Yes, I should be fine. Is there anything anything we feel like we may need?
Do we have enough rope before we go in? Just in case there are any deep, things we need to cross or whatever? I've got some myself. Do you guys have carrying rope?
Oh yes. I
do.
certainly have some rope.
Oh,
on me.
let's carry some. Yes.
I have just enough
And
rope
we
to hang
have
man.
torches, some sort of maybe heatless torch in case the ice is, delicate.
Did you just say you have just enough rope to hang a man, Lockie?
I did.
I thought I heard that, and
my
I
God.
thought I better just check in and make sure the party had heard that too.
Yeah, that's bleak.
Just a quick change to the mic. How's the mic sounding? Is that a bit better?
Yeah,
Perfect.
sounds good.
Much better. I've got just enough rope to hang a man.
Yeah,
Quite
I
cheerful.
like laugh along and then I just side eye Lockie like, wait, what did you say?
It's a standard unit of measurement, isn't it?
What, hanging men?
Yes.
I mean, I hope it's a figure of speech and not you're not planning on literally hanging a man.
I think he's literally talking about a unit of measurement. I don't know where you got that from, but that's...
Yes.
Okay.
When you see them spooled up and then tied around, that's enough to put over. I don't know.
Lucky for you, I think you should deal in exact measurements when it comes to rope. I think that would be reassuring.
So half a man, whole man.
Oh god. Oh dear god.
Just his
What's
feet.
that man's news?
What
Okay.
feet?
Oh,
But not
that's
actual human feet.
Oh, I guess you
The
can
measurements.
hang it. Guess you can hang a man by his feet.
You absolutely can. They dangle. Yes. no,
Yes,
I
but
got
then we
that.
need to work out what the average foot of a man is. I mean, it's too complicated. Just stick to the regular measurement of feet. That'd be good.
Okay.
Okay.
In case you were wondering, the
Oh
world
god.
of Nostea
Let's
is
measure
is
some
metric
feet on the way
system.
so I can get an exact measurement. Because if I have a table of all the measurements of feet, I can then correlate an average. And that'll tell me how.
I can locate
Oh,
the
you
mean,
can-
median, and mode.
That seems like a lot of data. We don't have that much time.
No, I don't think we do.
Maybe you could just take a small sample of all the places that we go. We can measure people's feet. I could help with that.
Oh god.
What did I call tonight's session? Just out of interest. Do we get distracted once again?
So, units of measurement aside,
A frosty
Yes,
reception.
yes.
good to go.
Yes, Shana.
Let's just do this. Puts her
Oh,
warm
and-
coat
and,
back on.
if you're wanting light, I can cast a light that's not fire.
Okay.
Ah, sweet,
Oh,
sweet.
perfect. Lucky,
Excellent.
you just could have said that. That's excellent.
Actually, it's actually kind of cool. I'll show you. On a mace, you twist the bottom, and you've seen it go into fire before, but it actually can. It seems like it could kick off a light. I was just playing with an idea. Yes. Anyway, I won't do it now.
Oh,
Because
no,
Very
that's-
cool.
That is rather cool. Yes. That's cool. I like it.
To the ice caves.
Onwards.
Alrighty. Yeah, if you guys insist on following the plot, then yeah, absolutely. No.
Well, it's like, wait, what do I do now? The actual
Sweet
following
as.
plot.
As you
No,
guys,
it's
yeah, no,
insightful.
I prepared for you to be off script all night. As you guys begin walking down the gangplank and crunching onto the snow, you can see that some clouds have started to move overhead. Within about sort of 4 or 5 minutes of you walking, it does begin to snow once again. Very lightly at first, and then it begins to increase ever so slightly. As large,
Ugh.
thick snowflakes begin falling all around. After a few more minutes, a roar cuts through the snow. Half muffled by the snowflakes falling around you, but this large roar coming from everywhere, echoing off the icebergs around you, before fading. And then above you in
I
the
pull
sky.
along.
When I go,
No, sorry, I pull along our friend that we've taken from the brig and be like,
Oh, yeah.
"Is that the dragons?" That's
so which you're taking the priestess with you with the 4 arms,
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the 4 arms, the 4 physical arms.
4, yes.
All Sahugan have 4 arms, I can confirm, but not 4 physical. As you sort of push the priestess forward, as you hear Michael's enjoying that joke, I can tell. Funny enough, also a Ben 10 character. Seriously, 4 arms?
Oh my
Seriously?
god.
Wow.
Lame.
Wow,
Lane,
you were channeling that show tonight, Owen.
clearly.
What?
Maybe I need to watch it. Is it worth it?
Ashley Johnston voices it in Ultimate Alien, the series.
Who does? Sorry.
Ashley Johnston from Crit Roll.
Oh, amazing. Sorry, I thought you said something else. No. All right, done.
Like,
Oh, Michael's gone. He's back.
Oh, bye.
Claire's gone. Claire's
Oh,
back.
bye, Claire. Oh, hi, Claire.
That was hilarious. No,
Wow.
so yeah, as the priestess
Okay.
hears
Okay.
this, as the priestess hears this roar, she immediately cowers down, looking around desperately to try and find the source of it, straining against the rope holding her manacles in place. And as Lockie asks the question, "Is that the dragon?" she nods.
Oh. Oh.
Does it sound like the roar's coming closer to us, or is it like going away? Like it's
You've
not
only heard a
hunting us,
single
is it?
roar echoing off icebergs around you, and then again muffled by the snowfall that's around you. It's very hard to pinpoint where it's coming from. A few seconds later, a blast of light above you in the sky, over towards the east from where you guys are now. So you're currently headed due north, over towards the east, so towards your right. You see a blast of light. This sort of almost like a comet trail lighting up the sky, but rather than starting large and ending small, it starts small and billows out. This very sort of cold blue light pushing through the sky, followed by another roar. As the light goes dim again, the snow begins to get heavier and heavier. And hail begins to drop. Every so often, a little hailstone drops down around you.
I think you
How-
need to take the.
it's gonna take my shield, put it above my head.
Yeah.
How big of the house is?
The hailstone, so one dunk off your shield, and you look, it has slightly dented your shield. They're the size of golf balls.
Oh, shit.
Only very
Really?
infrequently, but as they hit the snow, they sort of push through the blanket of snow, disappearing, leaving these little divots in the snow in front of you.
Oh, you-
How far away was the light, like, roughly?
Hard
is
to
it a
say.
Fair
Very
distance, or?
It could be, yeah. It wasn't huge. It was small and off towards the right up in the sky. Hard to say. I mean, the problem is you're looking at it through snow and cloud cover.
Was there, like, any sound associated with the light?
Yeah, there's a roar and this gust of air that came out at the same time. Do you want to roll me a nature check or a survival check, Yervith, to see if you can try and figure out how far away it might have been?
Oh, definitely a survival check, for sure.
Thought you might. That's great.
Yeah.
19. Yeah, Yervith, you think a couple of 100 meters away. This isn't super
couple
close,
hundred.
but yeah, a couple of 100 meters away. The thing is, with this very dense cloud cover and the snow, sound is very hard to pinpoint. The snow is kind of
absolutely.
reflecting and absorbing the sound, and it's very hard to know exactly where things are coming from. You do get the sense, though. So what's that in feet? More than a couple of hundred feet. Yeah, human feet. Oh my god, you guys. So yeah, a little bit of a distance away, Yervith. You're not 100% sure. You can't see what's creating it. You don't think whatever's creating it could see you through the snow and cloud cover unless it got closer.
I just glanced back at everyone and go, should we keep going to the caves, or should we get closer to see what's going on there?
It's entirely possible that the caves would lead to this light source if both are the same destination.
Sounds good to me. We can get out of this hail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I look at Lockie with his shield and I'm like, I don't have one of those.
Oh,
uplifts
there you
her
go.
as
Get
well.
hit by a hailstone. Ah!
Do you want to roll me a deck save, see if you can dodge out of the way? If you're going to nominate yourself for
Absolutely.
a hailstone hit, sure. 17. As it comes, there's something about, because you're paying such close attention to the light, you're very focused on the sky, and you do see sort of hurtling towards you a much larger hailstone. This one's about the size, yeah, it's about sort of 20 centimeters across. It's pretty large. Yeah.
That's
As
large.
you move to the side, it cracks into the ice below you and smashes through and punches a hole directly through the sea ice that you're walking on. As you look down, you see seawater sort of bubble up through the hole.
Okay, caves. Now, go. Let's go.
As we go, I'm gonna do the awkward umbrella thing where I'm gonna try and get Yervith under there as well.
Just Yervith though. Yeah, I love it. Mira, you have a question?
Yes. Would shape water work on hail?
Yes, it would. It is ice. If you held your hand up, you could liquefy anything coming towards you.
Can I just hold my hand here, and then she just puts up a thumb, and there's this little flame coming out, and it makes an umbrella, so that all the hail just kind of
Oh, that's cool.
forms like an invisible umbrella over the top
Yes,
of
you
it.
can. Of course you can. Yeah. So how I
really
kind of
cool.
imagine it is like, yeah, as you hold your thumb up, yeah, a little blue flame burning on your finger, and then above you, the snow is immediately melting and being pushed away from above you. So it's almost like the shape of an umbrella above your head. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Um,
I remember doing this.
It doesn't take you too long. 20-30 minutes of brisk walk through the snow, jumping across the occasional ice floe. You've done this now. We're not going to get you to roll. You've moved across these for a while. Before you reach the entrance to the ice caverns where you were before. A little bit harder to spot in the snow, but with Yervith's previous survival check of 19, he is able to follow the tracks that are gradually disappearing with the recent snowfall. The tracks that you've left and the scuffles in the snow are starting to be covered up by a fresh layer, but you are able to locate your way back to the entrance to the ice caverns. As you arrive at the entrance, you can still see the teleportation circle that had been cast. It's still in place. It has melted through the snow, and that still hasn't been fixed. The caverns themselves, dark below. Now that there's no sunlight above, refracting through the ice, clear crystal blue of the caverns has now faded to a grey, a very dark grey. Once looked kind of inviting and beautiful with this light, reflecting and refracting through, is now a bit more sinister, a bit more scary.
Lockie, could you do that cool light axe thingy-mabob again?
Sure. I'll just we'd find the actual or it's here somewhere. But
It's not a Tinker's Construct. It's the little like almost like a Artificer's version of cantrips.
yeah,
Is that what
Isn't
you're
it
doing?
actually
I think it's actually from the mace. Here we go. Highlight bonus action to activate or deactivate, shooting bright light 30 feet and dim light for an additional 30 feet.
Cool. Yeah. So you got 60
Oh, it's
feet
an
of
actual armor thing.
Yeah, it's an actual armor thing.
armor thing.
So, yeah, so he takes out the takes the mace off the back of his shoulder and then twists the handle and goes boom. So it's the little flames that comes out of it when he casts Grim Flood, babe. But it's just.
Because in my mind, I was like
that's
imagining
cool.
the spikes turn see-through as you like turn it, and they turn see-through, and the light within shines out through the spikes. And then when you're doing Green Flame Blade, you're like shattering a spike, and it's unleashing the fire
Oh, that's
within.
cool.
But no,
That's
you
fair.
do it how you want it. That just popped into my head. I was like, oh, man, I'm going to do that for a character. If you don't use it, I'm using it
Hmm.
for an NPC.
All right.
Tell me
I
later. It
might.
doesn't have to be now.
Okay.
So for the
So
moment,
we got 60 feet.
60 feet.
60
like,
feet
for,
dim.
yeah,
60 feet dim, 30 feet
30
bright.
foot bright. For the moment, then you watch as flames begin licking around the edge of the edge of Lockie's mace, creating this sort of very warm orange-yellow light that is instantly reflected off the ice around you and lights up the caverns quite nicely. The dark is banished and it seems much more inviting than it did a moment ago. Shana, what kind of markers are you leaving for Jen? I see written here, shape water arrows.
So
inside.
I
Easy.
know that. Yeah, so I know that shape water like unfreezes within an hour, but like I'm
Yeah.
thinking because we're in like a frozen place, it's probably gonna stay frozen. Hopefully.
Yeah, I would say that you also know that you could just use your finger and melt out an arrow in a carving, and that's not going to
Yeah.
melt or disappear. That's going to be much easier to keep in place. I'm going to be a nice DM and
Yeah.
tell you exactly how to leave a mark that's not going to fade or anything.
She does exactly that. She leaves cool ass arrows in places for Jin to
Right,
follow.
I've paid for Oshawott.
briefly
I've paid for
considered this-
Oshawott now.
I'll take it. Peanut, or was it butter?
Butter, unfortunately. I never named my Pokemon. This was the one time I was going to name them, and I had all these like Japanese names lined up, and I was going to call them after a different Japanese spirit of the elements.
Nice.
And I can't do that now.
Oh.
Now you have peanut butter and maybe jelly.
We've got peanut
To be
butter.
fair, they were also named after a Disney show.
Which Disney show?
PB&J, about cute otters.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where the name Butter came from.
Oshawott is an otter. Okay, fair enough. All right, I'll pay that. Yeah. So yeah, Shana, periodically, every time you take a branched pathway or anything like that, you'll carve out an arrow. Easy peasy. Yeah, super easy to do. Sure. What are the rest of you doing? What's our marching order as we head into the caverns?
Oh, well, aren't we getting a little bit of guidance? She'll look at the priestess.
The priestess looks over at you and goes,
I rarely go down in the caverns. There is danger down there. We stay out on the ice floes. Did you bring me here to guide you through these caverns?
Well,
What a waste of everybody's time.
no, she doesn't say that. She doesn't say that.
Yikes.
if you can't guide us, then at least you can tell us what's coming up. What dangers are down here?
I do not know 100%. I do not come down here, as I said. There are
Any information is useful. What creatures like?
The cult have been down here for many years. They have had access to this place for a while. It's been a number of months where they have been mining out this deep section. They have creatures that they work for them. These large toads.
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 I'm gonna at that mention, because Yervith probably wouldn't have been looking specifically for this. He's gonna look at like the floor and see if there's any like tracks leading into these caves that aren't our tracks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Do you want
are
to roll
these-
me? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You go.
No, I was gonna say like he just wants to know if this is like a main thoroughfare or if it's just a cave.
Yeah. Roll another survival check. I'll get you to do a new one.
Yeah.
Just because.
Oh, heck yeah!
24. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you're expert tracker. As you begin sort of focusing, looking through, concentrating on where you're going, you do notice there are, a number of tracks that have moved through this area. Some of them look to be clawed feet, almost lizard-like draconic clawed feet, much smaller than a dragonborn. Maybe some sort of, I mean, it looks a little bit similar to the lizard folk footprints you've seen in the New jungle. I'd say probably your mind would go to something like maybe a kobold.
Yep.
You can also see very strange webbed footed markings. Very odd to you. Yeah, almost like a frog's or a toad's feet.
Yeah, I think as when the Sahuagin sort of mentions that, I kind of like look at Mira and I kind of nod, like she's telling the truth. Like there's definitely been cult and webbed toad fingered like creatures down this path. I kind of just nod. I don't elaborate too much. I just kind of like nod in agreement to what the Sahuagin sort of saying.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well,
oh sorry.
at least we're on the right track. If they've come down here, then maybe we'll find something from the cult that could lead us to a main. Maybe they've got a main path down here that hail. I don't imagine that they're really hardy if they are toad folk down here. I assume they're the same as the ones we saw in the swamp, maybe?
You don't know.
Don't know. That's what I'm assuming.
You wouldn't know.
None of us would.
Oh, none of you would either! Oh no!
How could a toad survive in such cold conditions? Doesn't make any sense.
That's why I'm wondering if they've got something down here to bypass the surface.
A sort of heat source or something.
Or a highway. You can get quite
interesting.
warm in the ice when you enclose yourself. I don't know, have you ever been in an igloo?
No, not yet.
I make great igloos. Just you wait, yes.
Oh,
We're
excellent.
It's way to camp, yes.
I look forward to it.
I'll show you.
Well-
My special.
Okay, I look forward to it. But I guess if our Securigan friend isn't going to lead, I suppose I could have a look for us. I'm pretty well versed, I guess, in the cave. Well, not necessarily the caves per se, but I can certainly try and track these footprints somewhere.
Better you than me.
Before we go any further, and Shana's sort of talking to the Sigurgan now, she's like, is there, from what you know of, is there a predator of these giant frog toad creatures that you would, be a traditional predator?
She nods.
There is a creature, Arctuscorn. I do not know the translation. Troll ice? Troll of ice?
Ice trolls.
Trolls.
Could you describe, as best you could you describe what this thing looks like for me? I might be able to create an illusion that looks like one of these ice trolls if we run into them and maybe scare them away. Hopefully now with an exit so that they don't run towards us, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, she sort of looks deep in thought for a moment and then goes,
Tall, large, pale white blue skin, big claws, long shaggy hair tied in braids, wear skulls of victims around the waist, can regenerate, can heal from attacks. Very dangerous, so you could avoid.
I think avoiding that would definitely be a good idea. Should we run into one, and which I really hope we don't, do they have any weaknesses that you know of?
Not that we have found. You have to cut them down too quickly, quicker than they can heal. Have to be quick.
Okay.
Takes seven hunter, Sahugan hunter to kill troll. Meat is foul, no point.
I appreciate the information. Also, I just did have a thought. Do you have enough water and whatnot down here? Like, is this snow enough, or do you need more liquid water?
she sort of looks at you a bit strangely, as if she doesn't quite understand the question.
She holds up her decanter of endless water and is like, do you need water? Like, not like giving it to her, but like, just sort of like, hey!
Sahugan need salt water, fresh.
Okay, sorry, no, this is fresh. Can't help you there, but apologies. Good intentions, bad execution.
She's very confused at you.
Will you bring me down there? That's your plan. Manacled.
I guess Shana looks at the others and is like, just sort of like trying to like sort of gesture. It's like, is there any point in bringing her? Like, should we just let her go and just,
If you run into troll, you have time to set me free? I think not. You take me down there. I think I meet death.
Insight check.
Make it, yeah?
Is she more capable than she's kind of letting on? Or
Very good question.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, very good question. Please, roll me an
Insight check.
Yeah, 11. Mira,
Ooh.
you're not 100% sure. Again, fish monster, hard to read.
Yeah, hard to read.
Hard to read. Look, I'll put it this way. What she has said, if it is the truth, does make sense. However, you did see her wielding magic before. She has not wielded it since. Whether she's biding her time, whether she can't access the magic, you don't know. You just don't know. You don't have enough information. She's not revealing.
Can I remember, and this is my memory, not Mira's, but did they kind of say, the Sahugan, that they were against the dragons? Like they just didn't want anything to do with them. They were scared of them.
You
What
remember
they were
that
saying?
they had said the dragons had been eating
Yeah.
number of the food sources that Sahugan rely on and been scaring away the have been depleting the ocean. So the Sahugan were worried about their ability to continue surviving with the dragons.
Alright, Mira will go up to her and just be like, look, we're not going to die down there, but I think you've spent long enough with us to know that we're trying to do the right thing, and I'm trying to do the right thing, and so it's up to you. It's your choice. And she'll untie her bonds.
She's currently manacled, but yeah, you can. I'll say Jin has given you the lock in case you need.
Yeah, I was gonna say if not, I would have used my thief tools to help.
Yeah.
As you unmanacle her, she sort of brings her arms around, begins sort of like rubbing at her wrists before she looks over it.
And Mira's very wary. She's like,
Yeah. I can go.
You're free.
you can go.
And you will let Harshund, comrade at your ship, go when you return.
If we
Yes.
return.
What do I do if you do not return?
I'm sure Leosin will let him out regardless.
Is there some phrase I can say to your companion go? They will capture me or kill me if I approach unbound.
You could tell them that Mira spared you, and that you have safe passage back to the ship.
What do I have for proof? How?
My God. Cool.
Do we have anything?
I mean,
We can't give her anything because it'll look like evidence that we're dead or something. Is the other thing.
Yeah.
That's
Tricky
true.
one.
could you shape water or something
Mira.
for him? Like a
That would
sculpture?
melt, but Mira, it melts in an hour. But do you have any paper and a quill on you, just quickly?
Oh yes, I should write a letter. You're right. Yes, no, you.
Just quickly.
The most obvious thing. I was just sitting
Why
there
didn't I
like,
think of that?
oh, it's a tricky one, guys. How are you going to provide proof? How are you going to provide that proof? If only there was some way to write down a message, record what you're thinking. Yeah, what do you write
It's
on a
like
piece of
Mira's whole thing, right?
paper? What do you write on the piece of paper?
Oh, did you have an idea or otherwise?
Oh,
Kind of have an
I was just whatever Leosin would find believable, I guess, and unforgeable. So do like a good signature or something.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
just,
Good signature.
we have released this person. Please release her friend.
Yeah. I've seen your
not from
handwriting.
Mira.
It's great. It's better than mine.
Yeah,
Then
Mira
just,
has like
you know,
the
sign at the
pictures
end.
handwriting. Yeah.
If you have like a seal, you put a seal on it. I don't know.
Is that
Whatever
because
you do
every
to your
time you
letters.
write a letter, Yervith, you have to look at your hands and all you can see is the blood dripping from them?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only writes in the Harry Potter quill.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. I must not tell lies. So what do you write on the letter, just so that I know? Because this is going to matter.
Yeah, okay. So it'll be to address to Leosin.
Yep.
Dear
Dear Leosin, hope you are well.
Yes.
The ice here is very cold. It has been
It's
a most
very dark in
glorious.
this cave.
Yeah.
We saw a dragon today.
Actually, that's a good point. I'm going to mention the dragon, because they need to know about that.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just say,
Very
dear
nice.
Leosin, we have released a prisoner of our own free will. She is free to choose her own destiny, but she knows that what we do is for their own benefit. Please release the other prisoner. Please be as peaceful as you can. Also, watch out, there's a dragon around. Don't be so peaceful if there's a dragon.
Okay. All right. She takes the piece of paper.
This will secure my friend's freedom. My comrades' freedom.
Oh, wait. Mira will take out her seal because she actually does have a seal and
You have a
stamp.
seal? Yes, you do. Yep.
It's in her- yeah, it's in her kit or whatever, diplomat's
Yeah.
thing, which is going to get used, and she will mark it with her seal. Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mark it off. You have the seal all signed, sealed, and to be delivered as you hand over the the scroll to the Sahugan. Takes the scroll, nods.
Before
and
you
begins-
go,
stops and turns
you'll
around.
sorry, just a quick one. As you approach the ship, hold out the letter and just say, "I have a letter from the party for Leosin," just so that it does get to the right person.
I have a letter from party for Leosin.
Yes.
Yes.
Very well. Thank you. You could have chosen not to spare my life and the life of my comrade. You have shown great honor. Thank you.
Well, hopefully we'll be doing the honourable thing in ridding of your land of this plague as well.
Yes, then we can go strong once again.
We are sorry for the misunderstanding, the sea hag and that encounter.
I am
We're sorry.
sorry that we chose a less than ideal master.
Sometimes you're just guided by the wrong influences. That's all.
Shana just has a good chuckle to that.
A thumbs up slowly emerges from your shadow and then disappears. It doesn't happen. She nods once again and begins trekking out across the ice. As she reaches the first of the ice floes, she dives in through the crack, sort of shattering the very thin layer of sea ice and disappears underwater.
I did write that on vellum, didn't I?
I heard paper.
Oh
You didn't tell her it couldn't get wet. She is a Sahugan who has been out of water for an hour and a half.
We tried.
The wax seal honestly should be enough.
The wax seal should be enough, yeah.
The wax seal-
I'm sure
the wax-
Leosin will infer the meaning.
I'll tell you right now, the wax seal is when you added that, because as soon as you said paper, I was like, so Hugan's gonna jump in the water the first chance she gets. She's drying out. Like, I've been keeping track of how much time it's been for her out of water. Been a bit of time out of water. It's like she's jumping into the water the first chance she gets. Writing a note on paper. Okay, good guys. And then when you said the seal, I went, all right, we're good now. We're good.
Yes, miscellaneous diplomatic items for the win. You're gonna get to use that stuff.
Lucky last minute improvisation for the win.
Yes.
Very nicely done. Yeah, she disappears. The ice caverns are open below you. You can see that the shaft just heads very much down, sort of a 15-degree angle deep into the ice. Quite steep. What would you guys like to do?
How steep are we talking? Like, are we talking like we will slide down the thing like a giant slippery slide, or is it like kind of an angle?
So 15 degrees is a fairly decent angle. There is a possibility that you might slip if you walk down this. And you can see that it's not evenly gouged out into the ice. It looks like it's been almost melted through the ice. The pathway dips and rises. It's not a perfect tube down. It sort of turns and twists. And there's areas where the tunnel has sort of paused for a second, plateaued, and then gone back down even steeper. There's areas where it sort of flattens back out. It's much less steep. But overall, it's a pretty steep decline.
Is it like a gradual decline down, or is it like?
It varies. So it's as I said,
Okay.
it's steep in some sections, flatter in others. But overall, it's a fairly, I would say, a moderate decline. So not steep, not gradual, halfway between the two overall. But there are steeper sections and more gradual sections.
All right. Well, they're like the steeper sections. Shana's like, hey, I have 10 pittons on me. Do you guys carry any climbing equipment at all?
I have a wax seal.
Helpful. Not quite for climbing. Sorry. And I guess her plan is for like the steeper sections, she's going to find a crack, put the pitton in, and then sort of have like a rope belay system to get them all safely down. And, hopefully, climbing shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's fine. I can get it, but it takes an hour to do so. That's fine.
Yeah, would you believe that Yervith doesn't have climbing equipment?
Yervith is the climbing equipment. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's,
Just rope tricks, yeah.
that's all you
Rope
need.
trick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I needed was a rope trick. Whoop!
That's right.
Bye.
That's climbing. That's fine.
I guess you could use Thorn Whip to. Oh, you don't have Thorn Whip. No.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I still to this day find it hilarious that you've got Rope Trick but not Thorn Whip. What?
Yeah.
Carry on. I'm gonna find a way to give it to you somehow. I think it's just too funny. Not to, like when like at the end when you're like ultimate boon from the gods for saving the world of Nostea. With has been some powerful magic beyond your grasp for too long, Yervith. I bestow upon you that which you have coveted, but been unable to reach. And then you're like,
Yes.
What can I do? Hold out your hand.
Yes.
This vine just shoots up in the air. You're like, oh. And like everyone else is like ascending to the realm of gods, and you're there with your vine, just whipping stuff. Yeah. We'll find a more suitable prize for you, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah, the pitons. Do you want to make me a quick sleight of hand check there, Lara?
Ooh, sleight of hand. I certainly can.
22 for an actual 20. I'm gonna say, Shana, you've also just pointed out there as well. I like that you could also just use shape water to make stairs. Yeah. As you go to hammer the first piton in, you're like, oh shit, I can just make stairs. And at that point onwards, it's just you just literally just start making stairs in front of you. As you just melt the shape of stairs into the ice as you walk down. The water flows downhill away from where you are walking. They're a little bit slippery because they are now wet as you've shaped water. But with your ability to shape water, you can also just shape handholds into the ice wall as you go down too. So with your natural 20, yeah, exactly, and with you helping as well, with your natural 20, it's very easy for you to do that. I have now paid for Cyndaquil Alley. No, I'm kidding. As you,
all fair and square.
it's all square now. As you begin walking down the stairs, the light begins to fade behind you. Even though the clouds are quite thick and the snow is quite dense, there is still some sunlight behind you, but that fades rather quickly. And before too long, you are completely reliant upon Lockie's mace, which is letting off this very warm, gentle, soft, yellow-orange glow. The tunnel continues for about 80-90 meters just down and forwards before you reach a large open section of ice, almost like an amphitheater, 20 meters across, and in the center is a hole with a ladder leading down to a chamber below. The chamber below is currently dark. There is no illumination, there is no light below. But as Lockie sort of leans over and shines his light, you can see that, the area below, a few dozen baskets woven from sort of leather strips, a few sort of furs and things like that, and a large ice cavern.
Yervith's gonna kind of like look back at everyone and go, so like quite quietly, sort of stage whispers. He's gonna say, how much further do we want to take this little scouting expedition? Seems like we're getting awfully close.
Can we hear anything? Any sounds of life or?
Ooh, do you want to make me a perception or investigation check?
Oh, I never do these.
You never do these. Well, you're getting to do one.
Ooh,
Yay!
investigation.
Yay!
Yay. 13.
Mira. No sounds coming from beyond except for the sort of the drip of water on ice and water on water. But you do see just for a few seconds out of the corner of your eye, a flicker of movement from below. You're not sure what, just this flicker of movement coming from the area in front of you, the tunnel sort of leading off out of this large square chamber below you that you can now see. Sort of leaning over this hole. Yeah, the chamber below you looks fairly large, sort of 50 meters or so by 20 meters, and then a pathway leading off towards the southwest. And there's a flicker of movement from that pathway. Just for a moment you catch in your peripheral vision before it's gone.
I'll just whisper, I saw something. There's someone up there.
illusory ice troll time, do you think?
Oh, I don't. They were pretty quick. I don't imagine a troll would be that fast, but
I can
No.
go into
I
the
can-
darkness if you'd like me to scout it out. Give you the heads up.
That's probably a better idea.
Sure.
Yervith, at that, Yervith will sort of like leave the group and just sort of move very carefully, stealthily, if you will, into the next cavern.
Yeah, as you climb down the ladder into this large open square ice chamber, the other sort of above you, the light disappears fairly quickly. There's just this circle, this cylinder of light shining down from above where Lockie's standing with his mace. But in this room here, there is no light, Yervith. You do have
I've dark
light
vision.
Yeah, you've got low light, dark vision, so you can kind of see a little bit, but it is fairly dark in there. As you begin sort of looking around, trying to spot things, do you want to make me a perception or investigation check?
Mm-hmm.
29, Yervith. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's all right.
It's all right. Like, you've tried. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the as you.
I mean, it's not 30, but
Yeah, it's I mean, it could be better. At the end of the day, it could be better. Right?
As you begin sort of looking around, Yervith, you notice that part of the cavern wall here, where you are standing, this area just off towards the left. I might actually bring us across to the map, hey, because I think we're well and truly on the map now. This section of cavern wall, I'll just zoom in nicely for the podcast, for the YouTube Yervith. This section of cavern wall directly below you isn't actually ice.
Oh.
There's some sort of surface. It's not as transparent. It's sort of semi-opaque, and it's very cleverly or very masterfully disguised itself onto the ice. But there is a section of ice here, about sort of 5 feet in this roughly circular shape, that has attached itself to the ice, and immediately your mind goes to some of the creatures you saw in the jungle, and this reminds you a little bit, very quickly, of a grey ooze, a species of slime, which normally disguises itself as stone or rock, but this one seems to be disguising itself as ice cavern wall.
All right. Is that like how much of this surface can I see? Like, is it the whole wall or
Just a section here.
just okay?
Yeah, so basically 10 feet away from you, directly south, at the entrance to this large square chamber, the corridor, there is a grey ooze that has hidden itself in the wall.
Yeah, I'll immediately stop at the realization of what that is, knowing that grey oozes can be pretty dangerous, especially if you're caught unaware and without the rest of the group like kind of with me. So I will return back to the like kind of like take a couple of steps backwards and then head back towards the ladder.
Climb back up the ladder, yeah.
Yeah. Climb back up the ladder and relay that information to the party.
Is it a troll? Is it a giant troll? What is?
No, not a troll. Seems like some sort of grey ooze.
A grey ooze.
Yes. Have you dealt with one of those before?
I don't think we have, actually.
Oh, well, pretty nasty. Well, they like to hide and blend in with their surroundings, much like myself. Yes, not as elegant. A little bit more gross and disgusting and slimy. But yes, there's one on the wall near the ladder.
Can we sneak around it, or?
We could try. Or maybe that's what it's waiting for someone to walk past, and then it'll get you.
Right.
Yes.
Horrifying.
What do you mean with you?
It'll jump out and engulf you.
It's an... Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about some sort of gelatinous, like, pudding or something. I didn't realize I could actually move.
Oh, they can. They can be they're usually quite slow, but I think if we get close, it'll take its chances.
I see. Is there no way to go through it? Or
We could
just-
go past it, or we could destroy it. That seems to be the two options. There's only one way out of the chamber below us, and that's takes you past it. So
I can step back and just.
Mira, you could blast it, but that'd be
Yeah.
good. That'd be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can Eldritch Blast it as well from here.
oh yeah.
Do we?
Not too sure my arrows will be too effective against it.
Point and shoot.
Mira, shall we
Yeah.
stand up here and see if we can hit it from the top?
Yeah.
Might need to get a little closer, I think. I don't know if the angle will be quite right.
What kind of distance are we talking in, like, DM?
Oh no, you can see from
Yeah,
here.
that's
It's only
side.
25-30 feet. It's on a bit of a diagonal because you're obviously up higher, but it's
Okay.
40 feet away tops. It's not
Yeah.
that far away.
Oh,
Yeah, nice. All right.
I don't even have to have line of sight for this thing, as long as it's within range. It doesn't have to be a straight line, doesn't have to be able to see it.
Nice.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Do you want to roll me to hit?
Alright, 25 to hit.
25's gonna hit. Roll me some damage.
So 9 is the first one.
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep rolling until you've saved it otherwise, I think.
Yeah, no. You can roll again. Kush can. Yep. 19.
Yep.
You get 2 blasts anyway. Okay, stop. That's it. Is anyone else doing anything else? I just need to know for sakes.
Yeah, I might add some magic missiles into that.
Yeah, go on. Do you want to roll
So
a magic
a
missile?
little bit, better be shoulder, just ping, ping, ping.
Yeah.
few
What
little
level
bolts.
are you casting? Just so that I know.
Let's see. Yeah, first. Let's go first.
First level. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
now I'll throw in a firebolt.
Yeah, chucking a firebolt. Why not, hey?
Oh.
Yervith? Everyone else is getting on this action. Are you joining in?
I don't know. I don't know if he would he shoot an arrow at the wall, at the slime. Yeah, why not? He'd want to feel like he's included. He'd be like,
wants to be part of it. Yeah, fantastic. Oh, Lockie, very nice. And Yervith, yeah, do you want to roll your damage too?
yeah, not shooting an arrow at it. Why not?
Yeah, sweet. Why you guys sound worried? What's going on? What's wrong?
It's too easy.
What do you
I always
mean?
get worried if you sound happy.
Yervith rolled this thing was gonna jump out and surprise you. Yervith rolled a fucking 29 on his perception. He spotted it straight away. Yeah, literally as all of this hits it, the grey ooze is absolutely destroyed, and you watch as it melts and falls to the floor, leaving a perfect eaten out imprint of where it had been in the ice wall. Yeah, it's gone.
We did it.
That
Well
is
done.
not the deadly creature that you made it out to be.
Well, I mean, it's usually just me. When I've encountered it, it's been just me. I didn't have you all here with your powers.
Oh.
Oh. You also remember they're ambush predators. They're weak when you know they're there, but if you don't know they're there and they surprise you, that's when they get the advantage. They're ambush predators.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horses.
are they usually in groups or are they solitary creatures?
You've seen them both. You would have seen some of them in groups, some of them solitary. If they've recently divided, in groups. If they haven't recently divided, solitary.
I basically relay that to Shana. I said, depends if they're divided or not. There could be others.
Alright.
We'll
Once
keep
we
an eye
get
out.
down there, I think Shana is just going to have Eldritch Blast just ready in one hand, like she is keeping an eye out. She's like, I do not want to get oozed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely fine. All right.
Well,
so
you
my
know what to
question
look
is-
for.
Sorry, you guys go.
No, I just say you know what to look for. So keep your eyes open. We don't know what else lies down here.
Well, Yervith, your eyes are pretty good, so do you want to...
Oh yes, of course. I can continue if you'd like.
We'll follow you this time. Won't we?
Yes.
We won't let you get attacked by any more oozes ever again. Okay?
Thank you. I can tell you it is not pleasant.
I will stand just behind you with the light. And
Oh.
the shield.
Well, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
And obvious.
So Lockie, so yeah, put yourselves if you're climbing down the ladder, put yourselves in marching order. So Yervith in front, Lockie right behind, Shana at the back, Mira in the middle. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And Yervith, you're looking out for any other things in the corridor, correct?
Yeah. So I'm basically looking for creatures, but also probably more like slimes and traps and things like that.
Yeah. And are you focusing in front of you, around you, behind you? Where are you kind of like talk me through?
Probably not behind. I would probably trust the party to sort of have the rear. I'd be probably just looking at the walls, the floor, and as far as the distance I can get like ahead as well.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, walls and floor, distance ahead, easy peasy. Lockie's providing.
How high are the wall? Is the ceiling as well?
Ceiling is about 25 feet up.
Okay.
So that's about I think 5 meters. Or 5-6 meters. I think it's about 5-6 meters because it's 6 feet to a meter, isn't it? So about 4 or 5 meters up.
Okay.
Shana has the rear covered. She's keeping an eye out for ambush and has her shield and blast ready. Perfect. So Shana's looking in the rear. Lockie, you're providing light. Mira, are you going to kind of assist Shana looking out the back? Are you?
Yeah, I'll keep doing the symbols for Jin as well.
Yeah, cool.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Feel free to move.
Also, I'm ready to cast a spell if someone jumps out at Yervith.
I will probably also
Yep.
keep it like I know that the ceiling's relatively high, like 25 feet's pretty high.
Yep.
But I would also do the occasional glance up, knowing that like obviously we just fought a grey ooze and they like to ambush, so I'm like thinking might jump down from the ceiling sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to make me a perception check, please, Yervith?
Absolutely.
19.
Oof.
Beautiful. And I'll get Shana to make one when she's back as well. We'll let Ali know she can make one when she gets back.
Yep.
Yervith, absolutely. Yeah, as you sit for, please feel free to move as you wish.
Nice. I will pass the spot where the Great Ooze was, and we'll continue through this corridor.
Yeah.
Keeping my wits about me.
I'm going to stop you right there, literally right there. As you step into this corridor, you happen to glance up. Just as you said, you're just glancing up every so often. Directly above you, Yervith, literally as you look up, you notice a square section of the ceiling begin to almost move a little bit closer.
Oh.
And you have just enough time to jump backwards out of the way as a giant, perfectly square section of the ceiling detaches and drops with a sploof onto the ice in front of you. You just are able to spot this in time. Unfortunately, I'm going to get everyone to jump into initiative because I need to know what things are happening. So make sure you click on your...
I did say I was ready to cast a spell.
Yes, you did,
Can I
yeah.
get that one? Yep.
Which spell
I'm
are
going
you
to cast.
casting? Yep.
I'm going to cast Blur on Yervith.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So
I seriously
Blur,
roll
I
a
believe
one
means that
initiative.
it has disadvantage to hit him, correct? From memory?
Yep. It does
Did I do that
indeed.
correctly?
I also had Eldritch Blast, just couldn't be far.
Yeah, yep.
No.
That was for the back though. You said you were watching the back and had a blast.
Yeah,
from there, so
that's
that
no problem.
would be
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good point. In case
I'll
it keep comes behind.
Oh no, I didn't do the turn tracker.
Gelatinous. Just so that you can see the name on the turn tracker.
If you click it again and roll initiative, I think Owen should be able to update the initiative for you.
Yeah, who's missing?
Me.
Okay.
Sorry, just roll it. Okay.
What was your initiative, Lockie?
Yeah, it's 15.
We'll take this.
You won't. Nice try. Beautiful. Yeah, Lockie. So you're the first to act, which kind of works as you get this spell off. As this thing just detaches from the ceiling, leaving a perfectly cube-shaped hole in the ceiling above you. Yervith is kind of like jumps back out of the way just in time, and you cast Blur on Yervith. What would you like to do for your turn, Lockie?
Well, I will. I'll hold my shield up, and the front of his shield will spin and wind up and cast Thunder Wave, and cast it at 3rd level.
Yep. So that's going to affect everyone around you, unless you're using the.
No, it's a cube in front, I believe.
Ooh, that still might hit Yervith, I think, for Thunderwave.
Yeah.
If I put the corner of the cube, wait, let me see if I can draw it.
Oh yeah.
Because I got to be on the corner. If I put the corner of the cube
yeah,
like that.
You can, yeah. Oh, right, so cast it from the corner.
Yeah.
That's a good question. No, Thunderwave is each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you. So it's actually, so it doesn't quite look like that. It actually looks a bit more like this, Lockie, just so you know.
Yeah.
Because it's originating from you. It's a 15-foot cube originating from you. Let me pull it.
I thought it was you stand on one edge of it.
Spell. Yeah, it's a
You're
good
on
question. Let's
one
have a
edge
quick
of
look.
it.
No, I have some bad news. I've got a picture of the Thunderwave spell. Let me
I
have a
thought
quick
as a cube it was like that because you're on one side of the cube and it has in front of you.
No.
I think it's actually around you. Each creature will take. Here we go. Is Thunderwave centered on the caster? Here we go. Oh, okay. It's not necessarily centered on the caster, though it can be. The origination point of the cube is anywhere on a face, not necessarily the center. So it has to be on a face of it, so it can't be on a corner.
There you go.
You can
Okay,
feasibly center it on yourself or place it in any other point of the cube's effect. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you can.
That's a face like that. It's still gonna get Yervith.
That's alright.
That's a good idea.
Do it.
Alright,
Jeremy
I'll do
Crawford,
it.
who
It's
is one
con save,
of the-
Yervith.
Yeah, it's con save. Yeah, that's yeah. Jeremy Crawford, one of the guys, he just doesn't have to be centered on you. The point of origin of a cubic area of effect, including Thunderwave, is on the face of a cube, so it just has to be on the face, not inside of it. So I've done Thunderwave wrong in the past. But yeah, Lockie, as you blast out Thunderwave, I better roll a con save for the gelatinous cube. Yervith, could I have one?
I am also going to roll. I'm going to use a reaction to absorb elements this as well.
Ooh, I believe you can. Yeah, because it's
I
thunder
can
damage.
do that. Yeah, it's thunder
The
damage.
cube gets a con save of 22. Now it's got a +5 to its constitution. Sorry.
Okay, so it does save this, but it still takes
Half damage.
Yeah, it takes half damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
2d8.
Half damage isn't
6
pushed.
thunder damage. And Yervith, you take half from absorb elements. Oh no, do you make your roll first for absorb elements? I think you do.
I don't
and then
know.
you take half again.
Yeah. So I'll roll. What is it? Constitution save?
Yeah. So let me double check. Oh no, so do the spell first because it's a reaction. So you do the spell first. So don't do your save yet. Do the spell first. And then you have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn. So that's just roll the damage, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I've marked it off as a spell slot. So I
Yeah,
guess-
you've marked it off as a spell slot.
Yeah.
So and thunder is your thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have resistance. So you roll your con save, and it's going to be half whatever the. Oh yeah. So
yeah, I'm gonna need it.
so six thunder damage.
Ow.
And you can now do. It does an extra d6 of the damage type, which is so you get an extra 2 thunder damage on your next melee attack.
Yay!
Cool.
Amazing. Yeah, as Lockie lets out this thunderous wave of force, the cube kind of like vibrates a little bit, but nothing else seems to happen.
Oh no.
You hear the boom echo through the ice tunnels, just
Uh-oh.
followed by the sound of cracking ice somewhere deep within.
I may not have thought that through.
Oh no.
The spell
I'm
emits
taking
a
a bet right
thunderous
now,
boom,
guys.
audible out to 300 feet.
300 feet.
Through ice and water. That is actually a considerably greater distance.
Yes, because
Yeah.
the speed is increased.
We have just lightly awoken the ice troll.
As you hear this.
This-
Fool of a took.
Yeah. Anything else on your turn, Lockie? Do you want to shout out? The Tempest Guild are here! Oh, wait, you've already done that.
Perhaps leave some breadcrumbs for them to follow to find us even easier.
It's hard for all these enemies to locate you guys.
Yeah, I did not think that through. But I will bonus action cast my defensive field, so for 9-10 hit points.
Yes, absolutely. Mira, you're up next as this blast of thunderous energy echoes through the walls and the floors and the ceiling. you just hear it echo sort of 3-4 times before silence. And then the sound of cracking ice.
Oh. No. Okay, I'm just gonna blast this thing. I'm just like, okay, well, I guess we better get rid of this. I'll just do what I was gonna do.
So I just realized Lockie should be emitting dim light up to 60 feet and bright light up to 30, so I've just reflected that on your token's vision, Lockie.
Oh, cool. Yes. Yeah, so Ray of Frost for this one.
Oh, nice.
25 hit.
Hit.
11
25
damage.
to hit a gelatinous cube. Oh, it's going to be pretty close. Yeah. It's got an armor class of 6. 11 cold damage. As you freeze a section of the cube, a perfect cube is frozen, and it slides off and drops onto the floor and shatters.
Yeah. It's also 10 reduced, movement's reduced by 10 feet, which I think might reduce it to 0.
Its movement speed is now...
Negative.
No, 5 foot. It's got 5 foot of movement.
That's okay. I'm just going to back up a bit. I'm just like, I think we should give whatever's coming a bit of room. Just going to back away.
Anything else on your turn, Mira?
Can I bonus action listen to see if once the echoes
You
are
can.
gone,
Of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. Roll me a
drums in the
perception check.
deep or something, you know?
Roll me a perception check. Let's see how much you can
Wait.
do.
10.
10.
I'm so...
All that's sort of going through your mind, Mira, is your own voice. This, oh god, did anything hear that? I hope the dragon didn't hear it. What did they call that dragon? Orothator? Oh god. It's just your own
Yeah.
echoing in your ears. No, you don't... It's just silence after that. There's that sharp crack of ice in response, and then it's just been silence ever since.
Okay.
As far as you can tell.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Yervith, you're up next.
Yay.
Jesus, Shana, you're going after a gelatinous cube?
Oh
my
Well.
god.
Wow.
I rolled a 0. No, I didn't. I rolled a... What did I roll for the gelatinous cube? I rolled a 9 minus 5. No, minus 4, sorry, is 5. Unbelievable. Yeah, sorry, Yervith, what are you doing?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna just try and
You got the
do what I
thunderous
do
energy
best.
crackling around your sword.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna whack it with my mosaic short sword.
Yeah. 14 is gonna hit. 10 piercing damage. You do get the sneak attack right because it's the dread ambusher, correct? It's the first time you're going on your initiative turn.
Yeah. And I get another attack as well. Yeah.
So 10 plus 3, yep, 17's gonna hit. So 10 plus 3 plus 2, so 15.
Yep.
And then 17, roll me some damage as well. Roll me some piercing damage.
Ooh, 12. And then I get another one.
12, yep.
24.
24's gonna hit.
That's good. Another 12.
Another 12 damage. Wow, you are
And then-
absolutely wrecking this thing as you are just
And then-
carving off sections of it.
The extra D8 as well.
Easy peasy. I've marked
And
that all off.
then I will bonus action disengage and run away
Yeah,
from
probably a good call.
it.
As you basically just run away.
Yeah.
The gelatinous cube is going to go 5 and move on to Lockie. Lockie, you watch as this creature just literally moves up to you and then into you. Could I get you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Is this considered an attack?
No, this is it's just a move. It's not an attack.
Quick save. Alright.
Uh-oh.
You can do it.
Dexterity saving throw. I believe in you. I know you can do it, Lockie. You're going to be okay.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Lockie.
Narrator, he was not okay.
That's a 5, Lockie.
How many characters we lost to gelatinous cubes?
I Dude, this happens to me regularly.
Yeah.
Lockie, as the cube moves up to you, it can only move 5 feet. It moves up to you, and you are just pulled inside of it immediately.
Oh my!
I need you to you take 3d6 acid damage. Let's roll that first.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Guys, bad man.
It's 13 acid damage, Lockie. And you're going to take some more damage on the start of your turn. You can't breathe, and you are restrained for the moment as well.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You don't need to breathe. You don't need to breathe.
I don't need to breathe anyway.
Yeah, you're fine. It's fine.
The
It's fine.
cube, you watch as the cube then reaches out. This large section of itself sort of moves forward. It looks like it's trying to sort of reach out. It can only sort of reach like 5 feet in front of it. It can't really get very close. Then suddenly you watch as this pseudopod, this large section of goopy mass that's reaching out, hardens into an ice crystal and then shoots in a straight line down the middle of you. Mira, Yervith, and Shana, I need you all to make me dexterity saving throws as this shard of ice crystal shoots towards you as this reveals itself to be a gelatinous ice cube. 27, Yervith! 21, Shana! 16, Mira. I couldn't resist, sorry. All of you pass, so you're all taking half damage.
Nice.
Let me roll the dice for this.
I imagine you ever like backflips out of the way.
Oh, you're
like
lucky.
Cat does.
I rolled terribly. So 7 damage is the full damage. Each of you are going to take half of that, so only 3 ice damage. However, more concerningly, as this shoots through and hits the back wall, you watch as it strikes the ice. A section of the ice is pulled forwards as another cube forms out of the ice at the back wall.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
I'll add that to the
Does my ready to action still count?
No, does not. Sorry. Unfortunately not. This is gel cube. So we've got gelatinous cube and gel cube.
Uh-oh.
And it is now added to the initiative order. That's the gelatinous cube's full go. Shana, it's your go.
Oh god.
As I roll a 0 on my initiative. So that's, what did I roll? I rolled oh, that was actually a 4. 4 minus 4 is 0.
0.
Wow.
Wow.
What size is the cube? Just out
Wait.
of curiosity.
This one's a little bit smaller. Sorry, it is actually full size, but it's not. It's a little bit smaller. It's about half the size of the other cube.
Okay, and the original cube, what size would that be?
Has lost some of its mass, yet has shrunk a little bit. I can shrink it to match that if you like. There you go. You are still stuck inside of it though, sorry, Lockie.
Okay.
Good question. Shana, it's your go. You can see Lockie is still engulfed in this thing. Sort of like floating a little bit in the cube, sort of looking around a little bit concerned. And then this other cube has
not really.
formed out of the ice behind you.
Alright.
You're good. Don't worry,
So the first
Lockie's
thing
fine.
she does is shouts out to the others, just in case they didn't see the other cube, but it's like, hey guys, there's another cube behind us, just in case you didn't know. And then she is gonna do 2 Eldritch Blasts into the cube containing Lockie, doing her best to avoid Lockie, because like she does sort of have some dexterity with this spell.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to hit Lockie, but she does want to hit the cube.
Yeah, it's 10 feet cubed at this point, so it's decently large. Yeah, go on. Roll me an
One, oh, fuck's sake.
Oh,
natural
no.
1. How much of a dick am I? Can you roll me a percentile dice?
Oh
please, Shana?
Oh no.
Percentile dice. You need to get above 50%.
Oh, dear.
Above 50% is what you want.
D100.
It shoots through and glances off the ice. 21's going to hit, 5 force damage. Yep, I'll mark that off on the cube.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
Man, what an awful roll. And then she's... Oh no, damn it, that's touch, isn't it? So I just have one quick spell read.
You can go touch it if you like.
No, she'd want to touch Lockie, but
Oh, okay.
not gonna happen. So with that, she's going
phrasing.
to move.
Okay, yeah.
She's gonna move off to the side so that she can't get hit by another one of those damn pseudopod things.
Yeah, that's fair. The new gelatinous cube. 5, 10, 15. Oh, so close. It's going to move up and You watch as it summons a pseudopod. This time, rather than forming an ice spear, it forms this bludgeoning surface, this large, almost like a mace, this solid ice spike, and is going to make 2 attacks. One against Yervith, one against Mira. Yervith, does a 17 hit you?
That's my AC, so
It does
yes.
hit you. I'm really sorry, that's 15 acid damage.
Woohoo!
So bad. Sorry, 15 cold damage. Did you want to do absorb
still.
elements? Because this is a reaction, potentially.
I already used a reaction in my turn, so I can't.
Not this turn, didn't you?
Still
That was
the
last
turn,
turn.
like the first turn order?
What was the reaction? No, I think you've...
Oh, well then I will. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you've
absorb
used
elements.
the absorb elements to attack, so you do have a reaction.
Yep.
Yeah, did you want
No,
to do...
yes, right. I will, 100%.
Yeah. Alright, go for absorb elements. So you'll take half damage, so that's 15 halved to 7. And your blade, the blade now swirls with this ice energy as it just sucks the cold out of the cube. Mira, 15.
No.
You're okay?
Yep.
Cool.
Doesn't hit.
It just flails uselessly as Mira ducks and weaves underneath it. That's the cube's full go. Lockie, at the start of your turn, you take 66 acid damage.
Whoa.
Whoa! What?
It's always done
66
that.
or 66?
6 D6.
D6.
Yeah. On a failed save, the cube enters the creature's space. The engulfed creature can't breathe, is restrained, and takes 6 D6 acid damage at the start of each. Oh, at the start of each of the cube's turns. You're okay. No. Sorry, you're okay. At the start of each
Wait,
of
so
the
it's not
cube's turns.
66. It's
Not 66.
6d6.
Oh,
okay.
6 dice. Yeah,
I was
but
gonna say,
I
66 damage is a lot of damage.
yeah,
damn.
no, I'd read it wrong. I'd read it wrong as well. It's not at the start of your turn. It's the start of the cube's turn. You're okay, Lockie. It is your turn.
Okay. Right.
Sorry, I had a brief panic there. I was like, oh god, that's not good.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
right.
So, Lockie,
So,
it is your turn. You
he's-
are
he's-
restrained, so you can try and escape by taking an action to make a strength check.
Cool.
Or I can, as he's floating inside this cube,
Yeah.
he's not panicking, kinda, but he sort of reaches inside, and the cube in his chest just starts quivering a little bit,
Okay.
and he's going to
Ceilings are
tap into its
20,
power.
25 feet high, just so you know, if you're using what I think you're using.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
He's going to tap into its power and is going to cast Enlarge on himself.
Okay. Fantastic. Chuck it in chat so we can read it out loud, and we'll go through, because you're doing your Giant's Legacy, basically, the Giant's Construct. You watch as
sweet.
you watch as the central core of Lockie begins to whirl and twist as gears begin sort of clunking in, opening it up, and Lockie begins growing in size quite rapidly. So, choose a creature or an object that is either worn or carried. No, that's not you. So your size increases to... so you double in all dimensions. So how tall are you, Lockie? 6 foot?
Yeah.
So you're now 12 feet tall. He's now large.
Your
You
weight
watch-
is multiplied by 8 as well.
And I'm going to
That's heavy.
say that because you are inside the creature, I'm actually going to have it roll a Constitution save. Otherwise, it's going to take... Because you're expanding out of it. I'll roll a con save. I think it's going to take 10. That's a fail. Lockie, could you please roll me 3d8 bludgeoning damage?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, he's in the middle of it, and he just suddenly grows, expanding it all.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
grows. I think this would
Rapidly.
actually cause some damage. 5 bludgeoning damage.
Ah,
1 plus 2 plus 2. The dice, the
Christ.
dice gods are not smiling upon you, good sir. But Lockie, yeah, you are now... Let me just increase your character token. You are now the same size as the cube. You're actually bigger than the cube.
Whoa.
I would say for the purposes of this, you're no longer restrained by it as you expand outwards. You are larger than it. It cannot fully engulf you anymore.
Good. Alright, well, that was my action. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to go bonus action and do my, the shielding again for another 9 temporary hit points. And then I'm going to step out of its threat. I'm going to try and step out of its threat range. So I'm going to go back. And if it wants to take an attack opportunity against me, that is absolutely fine.
Yeah, it definitely will. It's going to use the same ice attack that it used on the others.
Cool.
21 Lockie, I guess, is going to hit.
My AC just hits my AC. However,
Some good news. I rolled awful damage. I rolled 2 1s plus a 5, so 7 cold damage, which
just wait.
not too bad at all.
Hold. I got one thing. Unless, wait. Where is it? Oh yes, I use my reaction to cast it. So it is forced back 15 feet.
Okay.
Because as it hits me, my shield fires up again, and hits it back and launches it back 15 feet.
Yeah, it is just blasted back. Yeah, it's not enjoying that experience at all. Anything else on your turn, Lockie?
No, that's it.
It's hard to be an ooze.
It's hard being a ooze.
Yeah.
I will step back with my friends over.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're up next, Yervith.
Yeah. Based on my attack from previous, did it do any sort of damage with my sword against it?
You carved off huge sections of the cube.
Oh, cool.
It's sort of more of a dodecahedron at this point because you were just carving away as you went. Yeah.
Sick. All right, I'll try to do the same against the new one
behind you. Yeah.
Yeah.
21's gonna hit, except that's my attack. 12 is still gonna hit. 12 damage. Yep.
Oh, and they get the sneak as well.
And you get the sneak as well, plus 11.
Yeah. And then I'll do the
damage
absorb.
in one hit. Not too bad.
Yeah. I'll do the absorb element damage as well.
Yes, a D8, I believe. 6 cold damage. You watch as the cold damage seems to deal no damage to this creature.
Nah. A shrug. And then I do another attack.
26. It's close. Yeah, 26 hits. Yeah. You're only 20 armor class over what you need to be to hit this thing.
Yeah. And that's just
7 damage. Beautiful. Yeah, 30 damage in a single turn's not too bad.
Bonus action to disengage, and I will run.
Just run away.
Over there.
Yeah, fair enough. Mira, you're up next.
Yeah, I think she'd be noticing the cold damage. She's like, they're cold cubes. Okay. And she's going to take a step back because she needs to get some range, so we'll get opportunity. That's fine.
Yeah, nice.
I'll make that opportunity attack. 19 Mira.
Yep, that'll hit.
12 cold damage.
Woo! I'm resistant to cold.
6 cold damage.
3, because you're resistant.
No, it was halved.
Was it?
12 halved is 6.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Good.
Alright, and I will twin spell firebolt, 1 for each cube.
Oof.
Okay. 1, 2. Where is it?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Natural 110 is not going to hit you. Watch as the firebolt sort of flies overhead and smashes. Which one? Let's say this one was the closer one that you're aiming for.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the one you hit. The one further away is a bit of a trickier shot, so it doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
The 12 definitely hits though. 15 fire damage. It does not look like it likes this. So that's doubled. So 15, 30. Mira, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
It just fizzles. Like
It
a
just
lava
fizzles.
lamp.
As this firebolt shoots into its core, you watch as the cube just fizzles and melts and just dissolves into a puddle on the floor, disappearing from view. Anything else on your turn, Mira?
No, I will. Yep, I'm safe now. Yep. I'll keep listening.
Okay. The gelatinous cube that was pushed back, is it that 10 feet reduction? That's only for one attack, isn't it? For the
Yeah, it's just until the start of my turn.
Yeah.
So
5, 10, 15. It's going to dash because it can't do anything else. 5, 10. 15 it's going to try for Lockie again. It's not very clever. There's not much it can do. Lockie tries to engulf you. You are too large. Oh no, it can enter a large or smaller creature's space. So it can still. Oh no, but it's shrunk. This is smaller. No, it can't engulf you. All it can do is try and hit you with acid. Can I have a con save, please, Lockie?
Sure.
It's not even a dex save, it's a con save, because all it can do is try and, acid you. That's it. That's all it's got. A natural 20 for 27.
Wow.
You just hold a hand out and push this thing back.
That's awesome.
That's its full turn, Shana. Tried to re-roll to see if it could
this
create
dude
another
twice.
cube. I rolled a 3. I needed a 5 or a 6 to get that ability to make more cubes. 19, 21's gonna hit. 8 plus 14. Nah, that's enough. How do you want to do this, Shana? That's it.
Make Mira's lava lamp again, so that it's 2 lava lamps.
Yeah, you just watch as it literally just dissolves as you do 10 extra damage. With that, the 2 cubes sort of melt away to nothing, leaving these puddles of water on the floor. You are out of initiative order.
Alright. The first thing that Shana wants to do just very quickly is use her silent image and just sort of try and mimic the look of the cavern without us in it. And so like as we're walking along, each action she's just going to try and move it along so that should there be an ice troll, we're kind of hiding behind a silent image of an empty cavern tunnel.
Okay. Oh, it's like alright. So try and like do the cavern wall. Let me just have a quick look. So you can create the image of an object, creature, or some of the visible phenomenon. So you can't change it. Oh, you can alter it as the image changes location. You can alter its appearance so that its movements appear natural for the image. Okay. So it's going to be a bit tricky to do an empty ice cavern, but what you probably could do,
maybe just black or something if we're, or do you want
to just do like a caved-in section of ice even? That might, as if the caverns of, okay.
Yeah.
Caved-in
like
section
a dark
of ice.
cave-in, like try and block off as much of our light as possible with like negative color or whatever.
The light's still going to shine through because it's not blocking anything. It's not real. It's just an illusion. But yeah, the rock, the sort of the ice cave-in probably makes the most sense, I would say. So I'll get an image for you, and we'll put that on, and you can move that around as you see fit. Yeah.
So that's concentration, but because of my Warlock stuff, it's like a free cast. So it's like, yeah.
There you go. That's probably the best ice flow I've got there. It's like a nice comet almost. Alright, cool. We'll put that in the way there so that it's covering the cavern wall. Yeah, absolutely. What would you guys like to do? You can see the cavern is open and inviting before you. The pathway heading deeper into the ice. I'll just delete the cubes from the map because they literally melt away to nothing. The passageway seems open before you. Lockie is now a lot taller, double size. And Lockie, with your increased weight, every time you take a step, 8 times your normal weight, isn't it? Yes, it is. The ice sort of cracks and groans underneath you every time you take a step.
I would imagine you would be shrinking back pretty quick, though. It's a minute, right?
I shrink back when I wish. I think I might wish, though.
Yeah.
So,
you watch as the mushroom wears off and Lockie shrinks back into plum form. You watch as Lockie shrinks down.
Yeah.
Good way to get rid of oozes.
Yes. That was.
I'm glad that we didn't die.
Yeah.
Me too.
You can see why I was a bit worried about that.
I can see, yes.
Yes.
No, you're right. We'll keep an eye out for oozes, although they're very sneaky.
Yes. Well, shall we continue?
Yeah. So I'll move this image, guys, as we go, and pretend that there's a cave in. We need to keep an ear out. If we hear this troll, Lockie, you need to kill the light. Or unless you guys think that's a bad idea, but
I won't be able to see, but we can sneak past it. Is what you're thinking? Yeah.
Well, my thoughts is I want to avoid this ice troll at all costs. We've got this illusion that makes it appear that the ice tunnel is caved in, and potentially my thoughts are that it's heard this booming of Lockie's, the thunder wave, and maybe we could trick it into thinking that it was the cave-in. The cave-in made this noise. Yep. So that's why I'm cautious about the light. Because if they can see a light coming from the cave-in, then it's probably not.
But does my light shine through the image?
Yes, it does. Yeah, the image isn't tangible. It doesn't block light.
Okay.
That's okay, as long as I'm the only one who can't see, I'm pretty sure. So if I just hold on to someone who can, then we can sneak around.
Even better.
No, I mean,
I will give Mira my rope and be like, I can see decently in the darkness. Maybe hold on to this rope, and that way you won't get lost.
the light affects me as well.
Oh yeah, Warforged don't have dark vision. Weirdest thing
I
ever.
know it's really weird. But
Yeah. You need to get the upgraded Warforged specs with the night vision.
well, unfortunately, they weren't invented when I was made. So
Damn.
Yeah, it's,
Shana does the same thing and ties the rope around Lockie so that because she also has dark visions.
Yeah, nice. Cool.
okay. Well, I'll shut my light off then.
As you guys are sort of chatting and talking, a figure moves out from the dark beyond a corridor, just stepping into view as it looks around. Small, diminutive, sort of lizard-like dragon creature sort of looks very carefully and then gestures behind it. Emerging from the darkness is a large, hulking shape. The sickly, pale, white-blue skin. Large arms reaching down towards the floor, dragging these clawed knuckles across the ice. Long, shaggy hair, tied up in braids with bones and skulls tied through it. Open maw with large tusks, grunting. The kobold turns towards the large ice troll.
I think I heard something in this area. Oh, cave in. You should clear cave in.
The troll steps forward and reaches an arm through the illusion. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Nice.
Because at the same time, you guys hear from behind you, what are you doing down there? As you see Jin emerging from the top of the hole, looking down.
I was going to say, what's Eris doing here?
Shut up, Jen.
And that is where we will wrap up for tonight, so that Jared can join in the fun next session. Alrighty.
Lucky we needed to turn your light back on.
It's going to be fun. I don't know what you guys are worried about. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We have had an absolute blast. Cannot wait to see you all again next week for some more Dungeons and Dragons. Very, very excited. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again next time. Join us tomorrow for some Avatar Legends, or Saturday morning for some Pokemon, or better, join us for both. That's it from me. Catch you later, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Farewell.